Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Spawn Trap Podcast, the only podcast that would have canceled our Game Pass subscription, but they offered us a carton of eggs to keep it.
Excellent. Gotta
Yeah.
get that protein.
I am Till. I'm joined once again by Court FTW.
Hello,
How's,
hello, hello.
how's it going?
Good, good. I'm excited to kind of get into these topics. There's been a lot of tea happening in the gaming industry.
Mm-hmm.
Industry? Should I, can I make
Industry?
a pun out of that?
Sure.
Industry?
Why not?
Yeah.
um, I think you've missed the past couple podcasts. I've had Lumi on as my co-host. There is one big topic that we've been saving because I know you wanted to talk about it. But first, we need to talk about what have we been playing? What have you been playing?
Silent Hill 2, the remake. It's so scary. And then Final Fantasy Tactics, which I've never played before. And I've been really enjoying, and I did want to play more, but I don't think I will be tonight. But
Did
that
that
is
get a
on my.
remake?
It did, yeah. It's
Okay.
it's like an enhanced version, so there's
Yeah.
like fully voice acted, which is very funny because a lot of people are like, "Oh, the voice acting is like compared to the original," and I'm like, there wasn't any voice acting in the original. So are you comparing it to the voices in your head? Like, when you read it in your head when you're
Yeah.
reading the story and you're like, this is how this person sounds. Then you hear them in real life, and you're like, they sound nothing like the way I thought they would.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
yeah,
like
so it's fully voice acted.
yeah, it's like
Uh,
the original voice acting in the Pokemon games. It was so great.
yeah, right? You can't beat the original
Yeah.
voice Pokemon game voice acting. Yeah. With the Pokemon. And then the other thing would be I just started Final Fantasy 6,
Mm-hmm.
which I know I will love, and I can't wait to continue that. But it is spooky month, so
It
spooky
is
games
spooky
this month.
month. That's not all you've been
Yeah, what about
playing.
you?
We've been
Oh, and
playing the
then
game
Little
together.
Nightmares 3.
Little
Yeah, Little
Nightmares.
Nightmares 3. Yeah, which I was enjoying,
Mm-hmm.
and now I've been told to play the other two, but
Oh yes, you should.
I don't.
Yep,
Yeah, I mean, if
definitely.
it's like kind of the same thing, it looks really cute and
Mm-hmm.
spooky and suspenseful.
Yeah,
But I do like the co-opness of 3, and
yeah.
because it's made by different people.
It is made by different people. So far, what we've played feels very on brand with the past two
Okay,
games.
good.
So,
Hmm.
I think it should be fine. The original developers for the first two games spun off. I can't remember what the development company is, but they're making a game called Reanimal, which is basically Little Nightmares. So
Yes.
there's basically two Little Nightmares 3 games. This is just the first one that's out because Bandai Namco owns it. Um, and yeah, we had fun playing it. We had
Technical difficulties.
technical difficulties. So the actual stream, I gotta tell you though, I was trying my best to edit the footage, and I'm like, at least I have your footage, and that should be fine. You were having
Yeah.
technical issues too, because it wasn't
Yeah.
just my mic. It was like your video and everything was out of sync. My microphone volume was super low when it was like fine on my end. Um, it was
Oh.
just like weird issues on both of our sides, but like different issues. So
Okay.
I don't know what was happening there. But I tried to cobble together as best as as best as I can a sort
Highlight
of
reel.
yeah. Well, sort of a let's play. It's got bad audio. The video's still out of sync, but I tried my best going between my footage and your footage. It's available on my personal channel if you want to watch that. But we're gonna try to continue on our own separate streams.
Yeah. There
Um,
just came out an update for my graphics
yeah,
card, so I'm like, maybe that'll help because I looked into that to see
right.
if like maybe I needed to upgrade. I need to clean my PC. I need to get a new water cooler or coolant thing
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
it goes red all the time now, and apparently that just
Oh
means
yeah,
that
yeah.
like
Getting
the
hot.
the cooling the thing it doesn't mean well, it is getting hot, but it just it the cooling of the air is
Mm-hmm.
no longer it's not doing its job. It just doesn't work.
Mm, yeah.
And then when it doesn't work so hard, then it can work. So it's yeah, I'm like Damn
I ran
it.
some tests and decided the culprit for me was this piece of junk now, which was a really old hard drive that's lasted me quite a long time. So I was actually thinking about replacing it anyway. So when I found out it was
Okay,
failing, I'm like, let me order one right away. I got it. It's installed. Did a couple streams. Things seemed to be fine. So I think it was just
good.
that when I was streaming, it was also trying to record on this, and OBS was like, I don't know what to do. I can't record properly, and then it just like broke
Yeah,
everything. So
I feel it maybe oh, trying to okay, be right back. I just have someone getting a game for me. Hold on.
You do that. I'll talk about what I've been playing. What I've been playing aside from Little Nightmares 3, also spooky season, so I decided to play not so spooky games. I'm not so into the like I got to be scared type of games, you know? So I try to keep things like on theme but more fun. I like the more whimsical stuff. I've been playing American McGee's Alice. I wouldn't say it's a great game. I understand it's a cult classic game. I'm looking forward to continuing it. It's an old game from the 2000s. I know that it has a sequel. There was a third game planned in a trilogy, but it's never getting made because the person who worked on it pretty much gave up on it. EA is not budging on the rights to it. So it's pretty much a duology at this point, and I'm guessing it's a cliffhanger that it ends on. But the first game so far pretty much feels like a 2000s game. So um, it's been it's been fun to like see like how that game has aged, and I do kind of like the quirkiness of it. So even though it doesn't play great and I get frustrated at times, it's still fun to play through. And then another one I've been playing for the month is Batman Arkham Origins. I've been going through the Batman games every year, the Batman Arkham games specifically. So now I'm on Origins. It's a really solid game. I think I'm enjoying this one so far the most. I think this is the one that's the most controversial. I'm not 100%, but so far, everything's playing super smooth. Combat's great. The story's fun. So I'm really enjoying it. So I'm looking forward to completing that. I do intend to play Arkham Knight and even Suicide Squad later down the road, but um, that's been fun. And then the other thing that I've been playing is Kirby and the Forgotten Land. I think I mentioned that in the last stream. I am almost finished. I'm at the last boss fight, I think. So and this is for the DLC, the actual Star-Crossed Worlds part of the game that's exclusive to the Switch 2. So I'm fighting the boss for that, which is pretty much like a remix of the main game final boss fight as far as I can tell. So it's been really fun going through that as well. Court's still not here, so oops. Getting ahead of their topics. Um, the I guess the other thing I was going to bring up with Court here, but the other thing that we've been playing is Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, both myself and Court. But we've been doing like a challenge where we have to play through the games without catching any Pokemon. And I'm gonna wait for Court to show up in frame so I know when I can bring her into this discussion. But basically, how that works is um, the we can get Pokemon. It's just the act of throwing a ball and catching the Pokemon is forbidden. So we have our starter. We can get gifted Pokemon, like stuff that is given to us in like egg form. So we have to walk around and hatch it. In-game trades, if that's a possibility. Not really, but there's been one situation where I can trade a Pokemon. It's because we can get Pokemon from like prize winnings. So there's that gambling table where you're playing that card game, and you can win a few different Pokemon that way. One of them is a Dratini. If you evolve it into a Dragonair, you can trade it for a Doduo. Not really worth it, but I bred a Dratini and a Quagsire, I think, which is one of the gifted Pokemon you get, to get a second Dratini rather than winning another one from the prize,
Sorry.
just in case I want to do that. Um,
I'm
Yeah, I
back.
was talking about the games I've been playing, but the last one I brought up is we've been doing like it's on pause right now while we're playing Little Nightmares, but we've been doing the challenge with Pokemon where we're not allowed to catch any Pokemon. Um,
Hmm.
and
Our
we're
toughest challenge yet. It
and
would have
we're
been 10 times more hard if it was a Nuzlocke. Oh my
it would
god.
have been, yeah. No, we would have lost
Yeah.
way earlier.
We would have been like, yeah,
Yeah.
how far did you guys get? First badge.
But where did you beat the Elite Four or
Not yet.
not yet?
I plan on that's why instead of streaming after this, I was
Mhm.
like, because I didn't know how long this was gonna take, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do some training
Yeah.
and then cap my night off with killing shit in Cyberpunk and then go to bed.
Right, right.
Yeah. So, because I think I'm really close to leveling now that I know, because thank you so much for saving the speed up option to the very last minute. Letting me know.
I
But
didn't
I
think of
should,
it because I wasn't using it, but when we were like, oh, we're gonna grind off stream, I'm like, okay. I took the save, I put it in handheld emulator I have, and I just pretty much put the fast forward option on. I paired a controller I had, so while I was doing
mm,
stuff or waiting for stuff, I was just like playing, pausing, whatever. So it was just like monotonous, walk up and down, use the same move, level up, and keep continue. So I
yeah,
told Cord about the fast forward, and she's like, "There's a fast forward."
I know. Because I was trying to look for it's an emulator. There's got to be a fast forward button. I checked and
Hmm.
I was like, it's not here. And then you were like,
Yeah,
actually, it's called this. And you just toggle it. And I'm like,
yeah.
what?
Well, we're gonna get into some big topics here, but first, I feel like it's great to start off with the fun stuff because that's what I've been doing. I've been doing with Lumi. I don't really have a lot this episode. I have this one though. The Wii is getting achievements.
Wait, what?
So
I mean,
there's
seriously, the Wii. Wait.
the Wii.
The Wii.
Yeah,
But do they
this
know
thing,
that it?
the Wii.
Wait a minute. Who? Wait a minute. Why? For what? What?
So there's this thing called retro achievements, which you can set it up an account, and it works with things like RetroArch and like different like emulators and stuff. And it works with different like ROMs you play. So a lot of the old consoles have achievements set up with them. So if you do a certain action, you get the achievement. It's not so much for later consoles though. Like um, I think it's usually like PS1 and under, I think. But
Yeah.
now these later consoles are starting to get the achievements set up in retro achievements. So Wii is one of them. So if you have an emulator that can play Wii ROMs, you might be able to sync up your retro achievements account and get some achievements. Yeah.
Wow. The Wii, not the Wii U.
No, the Wii.
I don't have that console. I don't have that.
I have two of these.
Two. And one's
Yeah.
modded though, right? I mean,
This
secret,
one
secret.
this one's kind of modded.
Don't tell Nintendo.
I I I don't know what I'm doing. Like I'm like I okay, I modded it. I'm like, but it's not like really working the way I want it. So I have to revisit it. But it is
Yeah.
modded. Um and I plan to do more with it. The other Wii that I have is uh a Canada exclusive version of the Wii called the Wii Mini. Um
What?
I'm surprised you don't know about this
I
but
might.
okay. I have the
Show me.
box. Yeah, yeah.
Show me the mini.
So this was gifted to me. Not it was like handed down. It was a weird situation, but
Oh,
so this is the Wii Mini. It's black and red, and it's the disc doesn't slide in. It's like a tray that pops open like the PS1. Um
cool.
and
So it's like a portable disc reader.
yeah, and I want to say it's smaller than the Wii, but I think it's about the same size, so I don't know why it's really called mini. Um, it's basically a worse
Yeah.
version of the Wii. There's no internet
Yeah.
connections. There's no GameCube compatibility. There's basically nothing other than it plays Wii games. There's no additional features. So it's very limited. And
It's the poor man's version or poor man's Wii, basically.
no
Or did it didn't
component
cost any
output.
cheaper?
Yeah, I think it was cheaper. Yeah. Um, I think it was like a really cheap. Like, hey, if you want, like, it was at the end of the Wii's life cycle, so that's when they were like starting to work on the Wii U. Um,
Yeah.
and I think Nintendo was just like, let's try to push whatever sales we can right now, specifically in Canada. I don't know. And so they're like, let's
Yeah.
make this basic console that's super cheap. Doesn't do component output, by the way, so um it's just like a standard definition picture. But which is why I was like, oh, maybe I can mod the Wii Mini. I'm like, oh, there's no mods for this thing. Okay, let me find a Wii at a thrift store and buy that instead.
Yep. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
So
Nice.
yeah, that's.
Damn.
Oh wait, where'd
Hey,
you? Where's
wow,
you? There
rude.
you are. I pressed the wrong button.
And it's about me now.
Yeah. All right. You want to talk about stop killing games? Um,
Yes.
and I forget where we're at with that now. I think there was like a vote that's being held in the EU because there's been enough signatures and petitions for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think the main thing I wanted to talk about, or at least like for us to if need to investigate, um, is like the whole where like the person came out with this thing to stop killing games, and then that one really big uh influencer, what have you, was like, no, that's stupid. And then it kind
yeah,
of gave this negative vibe to like, or people were like, oh, it's actually, this is like a trick, basic. It kind of made it seem like it wasn't what it was wanting to do, and then kind of impeded on its progress to, gain traction and to gain the publicity that it needed to prolong its, or like to get to the point where they can actually change something. So if anything, I wanted to more so talk about and discuss like to debunk that and to explain like what stop killing games really is, and then what this person said and how it's not true, and that this is something that we should be getting behind.
yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find a summary of his take on it, but the influencer you're talking about is Pirate Software. Is the name? I believe
Yeah.
his name is Thor. Um, so he used to work for Blizzard,
Mhm.
and
Wasn't it also because his dad worked for Blizzard and he was just kind of like a nepo baby?
well, I think also he's very I think he's also in like the IT field, and he knows how to develop games. Like his whole thing on Twitch is like how to develop games and stuff. Like he actually is a game developer. I
Yeah.
think he's worked on that fighting game, Rivals of Aether or something,
Yeah.
which is actually a pretty good game. I'm pretty sure he worked on that. Um, but he
That was oh, okay.
what?
I thought of something else. I thought of something else. I thought it was
Okay.
like their like well, Blizzard's MOBA, but it
No,
was
well, he
Heroes of
doesn't
the
work for
Storm, I think.
Blizzard anymore. Like I think he's an independent developer. But
Yeah.
regardless, like his whole thing is like he like codes or breaks down game development, and he has like a virtual chalkboard thing to like show people like what he's talking about. Um,
Yeah.
so he's somebody that I like follow loosely, and I've liked the content that I see and everything. When the stuff came out, like, because I've also been following Stop Killing Games, I've been following that movement on and off. So when the whole thing came out, like, oh, he's opposing Stop Killing Games, I'm like, why? And he started talking about it. Everything he brought up that he's like adamant about, nothing to do with Stop Killing Games. Like every criticism
Mhm.
that I heard him speak, I'm like, that's not what that movement is. Like, so
Yeah.
he's just spewing just pure ignorance at this point. So that's why when you brought it up, you're like, I want to talk about Stop Killing Games. That's why I was like, I guess. Like I was like
Yeah.
a little frustrated with it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it was also because I know, or from what I heard, is this like again, I watched the Philip DeFranco segment about it
You
and
watched the Alana
how
Pierce breakdown of it?
I believe so as I too,
Yeah.
because I think she has a really good, clear way of explaining these situations, and and because she is very much in the gaming industry, she can explain it in a way that people can understand it, and to like not simplify it to the point where it's dumbed down, but to make it that you can understand and relate to it.
Yeah.
And but I think it was Stop Killing Games. The way they had worded what their mission was like it was something to do with that, and that's how the pirate guy
Misinterpreted
or
it.
misinterpreted
Yeah.
it into something else. And this is where it's like when you don't understand something and
Hmm.
don't assume, like that's when you start asking questions to then get the full understanding.
But
And I think that's where he
there's also been several attempts at clarifying this with him, and he's just like, from what I've seen, just been so arrogant and stubborn that he just doesn't want to hear it. And at that point, like,
yeah.
just them reaching out and saying like, hey, you got this wrong, let us clarify stuff, just being like, no, these guys are like harassing me now. And I've seen that type of gaslighting so often
Yeah.
in like
It
very similar situations, not specifically in gaming, but
100%.
it's so
It's
disgusting.
the people that have to be right and they say
Yeah.
things in such a confident way,
Yeah.
but the minute you like if they're wrong, then they're suddenly an utter failure and they can't stand that. And like that's like, I know someone who is like that, and it's because of their upbringing,
Yeah.
the way they've been treated by their parents, where they'll never be enough anyway, even
We're
if they
not
were
we're not gonna
amazing.
like assume stuff, but it's like
Yeah, we're not gonna assume stuff, but like,
that's
but these
from our
people, yeah,
like
this person
experience.
clearly,
That's kind
yeah,
of like where our mind goes. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like it's just this like you have to be right because like it's almost like it's the only thing you have to show for yourself, and if it's like it's like the Wizard of Oz when he's this great powerful wizard, but that he's actually this tiny little man or angry
Mm-hmm.
little man behind a curtain pulling a
Yeah.
vast array of levers, trying to show people that he's bigger than he is, or better than what he is really made to be. He ends up being a good person in the end, but it's just like they get so defensive and
Yeah.
they take it as a personal attack if they are wrong. And it baffles me how people can have such an inability to admit that they're wrong and to take it gracefully
Yeah.
and to have the willingness to learn from being wrong. Like today would like I like with the which we'll hopefully talk about soon, the Pokemon leaks. The one person I've been discussing Pokemon stuff with, they're like, "See, you were wrong to me." And I was like, "How was I wrong?" And they're like, "Well, you said that we didn't actually know everything and blah." And I was like, "Cause we didn't, but now we do, and now we have answers." And he's like, "Yeah, see." But I'm like, "But that doesn't make me wrong."
That's it.
Like,
Yeah.
but he had to prove that he was right.
Yeah.
And I was like, that like my thing was asking more questions. It wasn't like, no, like this is incorrect because of this. No, I was like, well, how we can't make this statement because we actually don't know anything. And he's like, well, now
Right.
you're wrong. And I'm like, I'm not technically not wrong here. Like, this is great because now I can inform myself and I can now form a better opinion on it
Hmm.
because now I have more readily available information. you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, with this individual, like the what's his name, Pirate Games
Pirate
or something,
software.
Pirate Software. Yeah, it just seemed like he just was thought that he was the almighty like thing of this discussion and complete like it just like you can't have discussions with those people. You can't elaborate and expand ideas with
Yeah.
someone who just is like, nope, because
I
it's
want
either
to
my idea or no one's.
yeah, I want to bring up the substance of Stop Killing Games a little bit, or at least my better understanding of it. But in terms of pirate software, I don't think there should be a movement to cancel this guy or anything like that. He's just very misinformed and he's handling it poorly. Um,
Yeah.
and like he can have that character flaw. Like the amount of backlash he's received from this, which has been to the benefit of Stop Killing Games, by the way.
Yeah.
That that people are just like going out of their way to find something that's wrong with pirate software and criticize them
Oh,
for every
no.
little detail. And and I think that's a little bit overboard for a guy who's
Yeah.
just like so ignorant and just refuses to like learn something about like why
Yeah.
he's wrong, right? I don't think that's fair. So just like
Yeah.
so aside from that, Stop Killing Games, from my understanding, is just I mean, it's something that I've been getting a little bit more passionate about recently too. It's that games just go away. There's nothing you
Yeah.
own. And we're in such a digital and subscription based age that um nothing is like you just spend your money on stuff that just disappears and it's crazy.
Yes.
Um
And that's subscription-based stuff. That's
but it's
100%, yeah,
not even
subscription-based
that.
stuff.
It's just like there's been instances like games that I own, particularly on the Ubisoft and Epic Game Store side, where it's just like
Yeah.
I bought this game. It's like, but did you? Because it's not there anymore. And it's just,
Yeah.
but I'm like, but I have the receipt, I have the transaction, and it was here, and I've installed it, and they're just like, no, we got rid of all of that. There's no proof that you actually have this. Like, so Ubisoft has been the thing that kicked this off was Ubisoft with The Crew. The Crew is a racing game that heavily features online play. It's a game you should entirely be able to play offline. It's a racing game. It's
100%. Yeah.
that's all it is, right? But because they're tying everything like, oh, you have to log in and sign in to play this, people who bought the game on a disc, digital, whatever, you pop it in your system or you download it. You can't download it anymore, but like you load it up, it's just like, yeah, you can't play this game. In my case, in the Ubisoft Connect app, which is like their official storefront. It was in my library. It's not showing there anymore. It's like, no, you've never owned this game, which is
It's like
crazy.
they've gone into your house and they're like, "This is ours now," and they've
Exactly.
taken
Yeah.
this,
So
and they're like, "Ta-da!"
that pretty much, I mean, there was already a movement bit like saying like, oh, this has been happening. There's like the storefronts that have been closing on Nintendo side, Xbox and PlayStation was they did close down the PSP store, but the PS3 and Vita store is still up because of community backlash, but that's not going to be the same forever. That's going to go away. So I think that's what kind of like slowly like brought momentum. And then when Ubisoft started saying like, oh, like the Crew, the Division, like other games, we're just gonna like make it not exist anymore. That's what kind of like pushed the Stop Killing Games movement. Um,
Yeah.
and because of Pirate Software's actions, now it's just like momentum. There's more eyes on it because people are trying to like look into it and see what it is. Um, to the point where yeah, they're having like votes on this on the EU and stuff. So it's interesting. Um,
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
thing,
it's interesting.
yeah,
I'm all for it. It's like it's just because it's gotten to the point, and again, this is where I look at the executives and the stockholders, or the stakeholders,
sure,
whatever, and it's
yeah,
like, you know, and like these companies that get caught within that to then have to produce these games are like, well, if we just make these games that are online and then people are just having to always fork over money monthly
yeah.
in order to sustain it, but then yeah, if it doesn't, but then if it becomes unsuccessful and not enough people are playing it for them to have any reason to continue paying their workers to update the game, then they just take it completely away from
But
you
there used to
is
be a
bullshit.
point. There used to be a point in older games that had online play. Let's say, for an example, like Halo or something, where
Yeah.
like the original Halo doesn't exist. You have to get the remastered version. Um, but let's say like we're pulling down the online servers. Cool. I don't think Halo is an example, but like an old shooter like that. Like cool, you're pulling down online servers. We're gonna make our own servers and we're gonna play it like without you hosting the game. Like there used to be that option, and it's not an option
Yeah.
anymore. And I get why developers don't want to do that. You want to be able to control and monitor your own game for safety purposes and things like that. But
Yeah.
there should be something in place where this game is becoming end of life. Flip that switch and make it available for people to continue playing the game that they purchased, even if you don't want to support the online infrastructure anymore. And that's
Yeah.
pretty much what Stop Killing Games is. They're like, hey, we want to be able to just play this game. Like that's
Yeah.
it.
When I
Like
purchase it, it's my game that I get to play,
even like
you know?
Concord, Redfall, like all those other games that failed. That's like okay, but
Yeah.
we still wanna play it. Like there's just no option for that, and that's pretty much what they're doing. I think things are like escalating because of this. So you're seeing like on every Ubisoft game now, anything that's single player, which Ubisoft makes a ton of single player. There's obviously trying to push for more live service stuff like Rainbow Six and things like that. But things like Assassin's Creed or Prince of Persia, like here's a single player game. On the box it says you have to sign in online to start the game, and you have to sign in with a Ubisoft account. And also, we can pull this game at any point, no matter which platform you're playing it on. We can just be like, "Oh, you're not doing the online check-in. Um, you have to do that." And oh, you checked in at a point where like we delisted the game, so you're not able to play this game anymore. I think that's really shitty, and
Yeah.
that's what needs to stop, and that's kind of what they're doing.
Yeah. 100%. So go sign the petition, guys.
Yeah, well, I think it's kind of too late for like North America, but like if you're in the EU, sign the petition, and that kind of just when that kickstarts over there, it kind of just pushes everywhere else around the world. So, I
Yeah.
think also just the point where like you can tell it's making movement is because after it was shown that like politicians in the EU are like, oh, we're like we agree with this, we're gonna stand up and fight for this. That's when you started seeing like a bunch of old games from major publishers that all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, this game where like we've never like it's been available online servers and everything. You can purchase the old game. Yeah, we're just gonna delist it all of a sudden. Yeah, so like there's I think I've brought up news stories like that on the podcast or on the Discord. It's just like, oh, these games are getting delisted soon, just out of the blue, no reason. But
Yep. They're like
this
they're
is the
taking it
reason.
before they
Yeah.
have to keep
Yeah.
them up, right?
Yeah, it's like there's a chance where we're like by by law we're going to have to keep this thing up. So before we're forced to do so, we're going to take it down now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when people want to unionize and then they get rid and then they just change the infrastructure of
Yep.
their like company to
Mhm.
prevent that from happening. But they're like, oh, but if you guys want to unionize totally, but right before it gets into place, we're gonna change everything to make it really difficult for you guys, and you'll have to
Exactly.
leave.
100%.
Yeah.
Uh so
Oh, I'm so sorry. There's layoffs. Oh,
yeah.
I guess you won't be here.
I guess our other big topic is Pokemon. Now, I want to preface this
Pokemon.
by I want to get your thoughts on how far do we go with this leak? Because in general,
Of
I
the
don't like
leaking it?
talking about like rumors and stuff, but the source of this was the source of another previous major leak that it's pretty reliable, and every news outlet is going through this. But
Yes.
then
It
again,
seems like it's gonna
Nintendo is
be
very like, hey, don't talk about our leaks, you know? Like
they're like, "Don't," and then
so like
but then this is
how
the
far do you want to go into the discussion?
and Spawn Trap Games gets sued by Nintendo.
Yeah.
No one knew about this podcast, but now everyone does, and then we're famous
I also don't like talking because
with no
leak
money.
I think it's also shitty. First of all, I think like me personally, don't hide development secrets. Be like, just like if you want to be transparent, like I feel like companies should be more transparent about like what they're developing. Like with the Insomniac leaks, I'm like, all right, it's shitty that happened. I kind of wish you would just say this stuff though. Like this is what your
Yeah,
plans are.
who's Insomniac?
Insomniac's the ones that
Insomniac?
make the Spider-Man games for PlayStation and the
Uh,
upcoming
I mean,
Wolverine.
I guess like the thing with leaks is that, or like if like companies don't want to necessarily like say what they're doing right off the bat because it could very well change. Because I
Yep.
feel like there were games in the past where, like an example would be Cyberpunk, where they promised
Hmm.
all these things, and when it came out, they did not promise any of those things,
Yeah.
but they like made it seem like no, when you get the game, you're gonna get all this, or even No Man's Sky. They made these promises, and then these two people were like, we can't meet each other, so you guys lied about this whole like solar system or this big universal system of us being able to like meet up, and we can't. Or
Hmm.
even I think it's like the Vampire Masquerade game or something
Sure. Yeah.
that's been in development for years and years and years. My friend just got his refund for his pre-order
Oh yeah.
because he's like I've had this pre-order for 8 years, but the game that I thought I was getting versus the game that they're coming out with are
Right.
different now. It's completely different.
I'm
So
not really
I can
talking
get
about like
why.
promises though. I get what you're saying, and a
Yeah,
100% I agree with that. I understand that. I'm more on the side like not like promising stuff, just like being a little bit more open about like what you're working on and stuff like that. I don't like
yeah,
the idea in general of just like keeping secrets, but I understand where I understand in the capital stage and everything, and everything's like like you're owning IP and everything. You gotta trademark
yeah,
everything except for especially Nintendo that needs to copyright game mechanics. Then yeah, I completely understand where they're coming from. They don't want the stuff leaked, and the act of stealing this information and putting it out online is very shitty. So that's why
we
I'm
don't
like,
condone this.
yeah, that's why I'm like, do we want to be shitty and go through the details? Because I really want to talk about the details, or do we just
Yeah,
talk in general and just say like, this is what's leaked, but we're not gonna spoil anything?
I mean, I feel like it. Yeah, it's up to you.
No, I'm
But
making it
yeah,
up to you because I have no problem with
yeah,
it.
I don't know if you like, if anything, like to me, when it comes to spoilers,
Yeah,
like especially with stuff like this, it'll make me almost like want to get the game. Or like when I saw your post when you were like, oh yeah, like these are apparently the starters. You're like, I know it's fake, but and then I was like, and you were like,
yeah,
oh, the grass type's really cute, and I was like, these like, oh my god, a little fire
yeah.
bat,
Those are completely fake,
adorable.
but
I mean, but still, but I was
yeah,
like, oh, like why not? Like because that'll make me more interested into figuring out like what they're actually going to be doing, and then to kind of see
yeah.
how it all like plays out. But
Okay.
the like I guess like my aspect of it too is like their budget and like where they're putting their money, and like that was like the big thing that I was like,
Well,
because
yeah.
one of the, and I feel like you would agree to this, would be where these Pokemon games can be great, but they don't put budget, like they don't put their money into making the games better.
I
But
don't
then,
with this leak. It's like I don't know how they don't shove more money into this because
yeah,
the
it's
non-spoiler
profit.
summarization is that they're so ambitious with this leak, like whatever the next mainline Pokemon game is, that there's no way they're not expanding their team and putting more money into this. Because I'm like, this is way too ambitious for Game Freak. That said, Game Freak's making like an Xbox game that looks badass. It looks like a Dark Souls
Yeah,
kind of game. So I'm like, okay, they've been just like not using their full potential or something. But like, I
right.
don't know.
But that's like what I was trying to explain to people, because like, when they're like, why, like, yeah, why aren't they putting more money into this? Why, like,
Yeah.
why aren't they not making these better games? And I was like, it's because of the consumer versus the amount of profit that they make.
Hmm.
And because again, it comes down to like, if you have to, like, if you're able to, it's like product loss, or
But
like
these are
lost profit like margin or something like that. So this is, so when I was a manager at a retail store, you look at like what your like spending is and what the budget is, and then how you can lower that. So then when you get, it's like like the one office episode where Michael Scott get like if
I
he
get the
doesn't share the money
yeah.
or like buy something for
Yeah,
the
then
office and
he gets
he
the
gets like
bonus.
$500.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right?
But
And but they're not getting anything for the office. There I feel like there's like because it would be very obvious if they were actually getting things that would benefit their workers. They're
but
clearly just taking that
there
profit.
gets to the point where it's like Dunder Mifflin versus Amazon, right? Like or like a much bigger company where it's like
Mm.
it's the Pokemon company. It like the biggest franchise in the world with some of the most top selling games, which by the way, two different SKUs for. So even if they're not top in the
It's
charts,
always
they
two
have
different.
two
Yeah.
products that are top selling every time they release a game.
Genius.
So
Genius.
yeah, so there's
But that's the
no
thing. It's like it's the amount of profit that they're making that they know without having to put any extra money into
it's not
making
even
the
their
game
only
good.
source of it's not even the only source of revenue though. They're it's a multimedia thing. Like it gets to the point where it's just like, okay, you have some money to make the game better, to expand the game, like, and they just don't do it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know, it just blows my mind. But in this case,
I
in the leak here, it's the stuff that they want to add is just so ambitious. Where it's just like, there's no way they can get away with this unless they're looking
what do
to
you okay,
expand.
what do you mean? Explain to me because I
So
only
you want to
know
go?
some bits.
You want to
Yeah.
dive deep into the things? Okay, I think
Open
I
her up.
found. Okay, I'm using Game Rant because Game Rant's the only one with the balls to detail everything, and this is why Game Rant has no sense of journalistic integrity or anything. I always see them post the most random shit, source or unsourced, whatever. So it's like I don't always want to use them.
We're here to report whether you like it or not.
But here it is, Game Rant, everything in the Pokemon Gen 10 Terra Leak explained. We're jumping into it. If you don't want to watch the stuff, you can skip ahead to the timestamp. Or maybe
Okay.
this is all we're talking about in this podcast, and then you can just end it right here. But
Yeah.
we're going to go into the details here, and you can say we're shitty people for this, and I'm not going to argue. You're probably right. So every Pokemon Gen 10 leak and confirmed feature. I don't know if we'll go into
Confirmed.
everything,
So
but
and now I'm like, now is it truly confirmed or are they
no,
just no, no. Okay.
it's a leak.
It's a leak, yeah.
But
That's like that when they again when they make claims like it's confirmed,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
what
Well,
is it?
they add that for the SEO.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like all these words are for Google searches. So,
Yeah. This is
um,
where like, yeah, I would like to just it would be sick to work for that like for Game Freak and then and then I can walk out of it being like, I get it now, guys. I get it. I've drank the juice. Just believe
yeah.
them when they say everything's gonna be cool.
So, let's start with this. The official names of Gen 10 games are Pokemon Wind and Wave. The box legendary
Surf's
Pokemon,
up, bro.
yeah.
Best party ever.
I think it's because they might go into it here, but yeah, they'll go into it further down the list, so they'll explain what that means. The box legendary Pokemon Gen 10 will have designs tied to themes like Wind Grandpa and Wave Grandma. I didn't read
Why?
that part. I don't know. I didn't read that part, but I like it.
Why?
I like it. Um let's see.
Sign me up.
Allegedly,
Where do I pre-order this game?
I know. Allegedly, the logos for Pokemon Wind and Wave appear on 4chan weeks. Okay, yeah, sure, 4chan. The starters will be found
Legit. Legit.
within a big city. The starting location in Gen 10 is a big tourist city. Players will start in Resort Hotel and meet NPCs there. None of the stuff
Oh
I read
shit.
last night. I read so many other things. Um, Okay, it will have. Okay, this is the big one. Pokemon Wind and Wave will have procedurally generated content, mainly islands in one special Pokemon. Um, so I think the idea is like for Pokemon Wave, particularly, like you're going out to sea, um,
Yeah.
and you're visiting these different islands. That like the islands and everything will all change every time. There'll be like different islands and everything. So
Oh.
so you're always exploring a procedurally generated ocean. Um, which is crazy to think about, like Game Freak's making that kind of game.
Yeah. Does wind mean I can fly instead of surf?
Yes, so I think it's mostly going to be um air and
Were we
sea
able to fly
travel.
in Arceus? Why did I think that we could fly?
I think you can. I think there was the
Oh, the one
Braviary.
flying.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But wind, I saw one like development thing where they're showing like wind changing the terrain and stuff like that. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
it's just the two different weather elements. Um so
Give
the
us
setting
pirates.
that would be cool if they would introduce pirates. The setting
Yeah.
for Pokemon Wind and Wave is Southeast Asia. There will be procedurally generated islands. Uh, there will be a special critter called Seed Pokemon. This is the other big thing, which will
Aw.
have a base form with procedurally generated details once it evolves. So everybody's seed Pokemon will look different.
Yay! This is
Um,
exactly what we've always asked for. Something different.
According to the leaks, the
Customization.
seed Pokemon in Gen 10 is needed to face the box legendaries. So, I think that's the other thing is it's not a traditional, hey, you face the gym leaders, go to the Elite Four kind of thing. It's you can it's like Breath of the Wild. You can go for that final boss, but you're probably not going to be ready for it like at any point in
Nice.
the
Okay.
game. So,
Yeah, yeah. So just like Southeast Asia, just in case if
mhm,
anyone's bad when it comes to maps like myself. That's like Vietnam,
right.
Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia. Um, yeah, I guess Taiwan's not included in this.
Probably one of the coastal um
Yeah,
areas.
right? So that's kind of so I can see where the islands like so the
Hmm.
Philippines like are
Yeah.
all island, Singapore. Apparently Singapore is like cyberpunk. Like the way
Okay.
I mean
Yeah.
like in real life. Yeah, my friend just went there and he's like
I
it's like cyberpunk.
I think it might also
Uh,
be inspiration for the fictional place in Marvel called Madripoor. Um,
Majapur?
yeah, sort of like a cyberpunk crime city island that a lot of criminals go to.
Yeah, there's Cambodia, Malaysia. Yeah, so that's kind of the yeah. So I feel like it's probably more Philippines because it's all the little
Yeah.
fun islands. Yeah, cool.
Pokemon Wind and Wave. Oh, am I going to head? No. Okay, so Pokemon Wind and Wave will have MMO style content. That's the other big thing. Is that
Yeah,
they're
which
looking to introduce
is
that.
that not what people have been asking for?
It is what people have been asking for. Like raid battles, social hubs, and shareable maps. Will include underwater exploration and jungle biomes, with the latter having the theme of survival. So
Nope,
that's another
no,
big
thank you.
thing.
Scary, too
They're
scary.
introducing a survival aspect into these games.
No, that like Arceus scared me when they were like giant and that and like I just throw out this tiny little Pokemon. I'm like, please don't kill me.
I think
The
yeah,
game was
they're
slightly
introducing elements into a lot of different past games, so that's
because yeah,
interesting.
because Arceus was like fully open world
Yes.
except for like the main town, and then well, I guess like Scarlet and Violet was also open world,
Yep.
and then that
Hmm.
one was cool because yeah, you can all like you can invite your friends. People are like, oh no, they need to make an MMO. I'm like, can we just? I don't want a random in my fucking world, okay? Just log in, passwords boobies. Only my friends know that. I just want my friends to be here, you know? Like people want like these MMO content things. I'm like, but then also too, we've played Pokemon Rev, which is like
Yep.
is a lot of fun.
Pokemon
And it
Revolution
is
Online for people wondering.
yes. Yeah, and it's great and it's super fun and it's an MMO. But that's also too it kind of gives me the idea of islands because when
Yeah.
with specific like regions and stuff like that. Um
I don't think there's any really
yeah,
true Pokemon MMO. There are Pokemon MMOs like the fan made ones that are just
yeah.
like you're playing other people you can see other people walking around. There's not that much interaction. There's just people can come up to
No one
you.
cares about anyone else.
Yeah.
They're
People
here
can
for their
come
own
up to you
volition to be
and
the best that there ever was.
people can come up to you and like initiate a battle and trade, but aside from that, there's
Mhm.
no like co-op functionality or anything. So that's what I really would like Game Freak to implement. I've kind of like given up on that
You you know what would
wish,
be
but
really cool if these like fan-made games for like the like MMOs would be like if you win a certain amount of like PvP battles that like one of the ranks is gym leader.
where like
And that
you
you
become a gym leader, or then you get to
yeah,
fight a gym leader.
yeah, your rank if you are undefeated and you are so good, you become a gym leader. And
Okay.
then where it would self-generate a token for you that if you get beaten, you can give that token that can be worth a lot of money or something to
Yeah.
the player that beats you. But then you kind of maintain because it's not about losses, but you just maintain that rank. And then
Right.
people then start seeking you out to try to like gain these like notable badges. And then if you get like 10 of those like badges from people that you fought online that were really great, then you
Yeah.
can actually get the title, the PvP title of Pokemon Master. So like you could be so there's a oh my god, I'm a genius. There could be like the rank. Oh my god. So listen to this.
Developers take note.
Yeah, developers say yeah, you get like so you work your way up and then you get the rank of like gym leader
Hmm.
where people can then come to you and if they defeat someone who's of rank of gym leader, then they it's like a special little like token that goes toward achieving the rank of Pokemon Master. And then but even if anyone can reach the rank of gym leader, so like even if when you become gym leader it doesn't matter if you lose, if you continue winning against other gym leaders,
Yeah.
then you can gain like the extra points to then become like that Pokemon master. And if you and it's like but then if you achieve both those you're kind of like the Pokemon master, and it could be like a generated NPC of yourself with your Pokemon,
Yeah.
because AI can probably fucking do this in the future, where then it would just like know how to like how your play style is and just make you, and then it's like you would just generate notoriety and like a
Yeah.
challenge, and it would just become this whole society of like these people trying to be the best, and it's like everyone just trying to always get to that top. Oh my god,
My,
if we made
you
it
want
with
to know
real
my
money
idea?
too, how rich would we be? What's your idea?
The only thing is
We
like,
just all have fun.
yeah, the only thing is like Nintendo's like copywriting every Pokemon related game mechanic now, so it's hard to even want to
We'll just
develop a
we'll go to
similar
Temtem
game.
about this. We'll go to Temtem
But
about this.
Temtem is now under that watch where it's just like, hey, if they make another game, Nintendo can go after them because they're copywriting those ideas. So it's tough for anybody to
No.
want to make a monster catching game now because Nintendo just might be on them. But
Hmm.
if you want to be bold, here's my idea. I like the inspiration of the raid den battles, like the cave ones from Pokemon Sword and Shield. That was like my favorite part of the game. Um,
Those were really
and
fun.
yeah, I'm just thinking about like how to implement that into a like an online co-op version of Pokemon where it's just like, hey, maybe there aren't static gyms. Maybe their gyms are always changing. Like, you know how like they have like a featured raid battle every weekend that they do. So it's just like, oh, like
Oh.
here's when the gyms are going to happen, right? And
Yeah.
the gyms are always changing. And then you can like squad, like you have your squad, you go out and do your own thing, and then when you go to the gym, you're facing like the minions as a group, like it's like a double battle, triple battle kind of thing, whatever. And then you get to the gym leader, and it's like the big like Dynamax, Gigantamax thing where everybody's like taking on the gym leader at once.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it changes,
Mm,
and then you can get like different my thing was like when you like in World of Warcraft, like if you did PvP, you
yeah.
would get really cool titles and ranks, and then you would get exclusive gear for those titles. So it would be really cool to incorporate that where yeah, if
The
you
prizes and
won this
stuff.
many
Yeah.
yeah, if you've beaten the Pewter City gym leader this
Different
many times
outfits.
because it changes. Yeah, you get different
Yeah.
outfits or you get like a or like
Exclusive
yeah, you
Pokemon.
get like yeah, because I think it was if you get this many like tokens for your PvP rank, then you would that's how you would pay for these special PvP armors. And then so with like if you beat Pewter City Gym Leader 10 times, and you can get like a headpiece. That's what they do in Final Fantasy Online too.
Yeah.
You go to these raids and like you do them over and over and over, but then there's different drops. that you collect. So like if I want to get a headpiece, I need to collect this certain type of material, and then I go over and I trade it in for that equipable headpiece.
Yeah.
And it's like really great, it's really cool, it's really pretty, but and then when people see me wearing that, they know, like I remember I did like these raids and I got the really cool gear and I remember decking myself out in it, and the one guy we used to always play with, Toshi, he was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, Court's been putting in the time. Like you've
Yeah.
been like," he was like,
Showing it
he's like,
off.
"You
Yeah.
have been dedicating your time toward this and getting
Hmm.
better." So I feel like that would be the ultimate thing with Pokemon is like the like an outfit
You easily do
or
that.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like a different skin for your Pikachu to
Hmm.
show that, oh yeah, this Pikachu's been in my party and has won this many battles in this gym that I was able to get a different skin for him.
Right.
And then you know that they've like achieved that they worked really hard, and then you're like, that's respect,
There you go.
you know? Yeah.
Let's
Take
dive
note,
more into this.
developers, take note. Actually, you
Uh,
know what? No, that's our ideas. We're patenting it right now.
yeah,
To the drawing
we're
board.
patenting Pokemon stuff. I don't think that's
We're
gonna go
patenting.
well.
We're gonna call it um friends with your pals.
There you go.
And it
We're gonna
has nothing to
copyright
do
it.
with capturing Pokemon, but
Not
instead,
at all. Yeah.
nope, absolutely not.
All right. So more of this leak. So the battle gimmick for Pokemon Gen 10 is weather moves. Um, Obviously wind waves.
Oh
Uh,
God.
all Pokemon in Gen.
Sandstorm.
Yeah, exactly. All Pokemon in Gen 10 will be interactable with. So big Pokemon will be rideable, whereas one will be able to pet all Pokemon.
Take my money. Shut up and take my money.
There's been games on the
Not
3DS
in
where you
the
can pet the Pokemon too.
but in inappropriate ways. We want it to be like cats where you just Well, am I lying?
You're not wrong.
Thank you. Incineroar,
You're
let's all be honest here.
rubbing on the Pokemon there.
Yeah,
Um,
rubbing on the poop. You don't
Pokemon,
gotta use the stylus pen either.
yeah. uh, Pokemon Wind and Wave will redesign a lot of Pokemon models. There's actually leaks for that, there's, like comparing what Charizard used to look like and the redesigned models. The Pikachu
Yeah.
model, I don't like. They've
Is
already
it the more
redesigned.
rounder face?
Yeah, it's more rounder. Yeah.
Okay, so funny story. I met my little niece and I tried to like draw like Pokemon to
Mhm.
be like, you're about to walk or enter the world of Pokemon, but like of real life, and I'm your Pokepal Court. And I tried to draw a Pikachu, and it looked like like an uncanny valley Pikachu. And
Okay.
then, ironically enough, I went to Valley Village, and I found a Pikachu, but it was like totally a Walmart version Pikachu, where it was like ever so slightly off, and I was like, it's the Pikachu I just drew. So and it was like the round face and like the rounder eyes. And then I just saw like some of the comparison. I'm like, oh my God, it's Walmart Pikachu. I guess he's still cute though, because Pikachu is adorable.
Trying to find something that I don't know will be appropriate for the podcast. Oh shoot. Okay, it doesn't exist anymore. Um.
Oh no.
Maybe I can't bring it up, but I'm just trying to find like a higher resolution of it. I'll pull up the low resolution. It's probably better to do that. You ever notice that a lot of Pokemon drawings are very similar, like in their shape? Um,
Yes.
where they might look like this as an example.
Oh no. Oh no.
Just kind of
Don't
ruins
put
the way
me down.
kind of ruins
It's
the
like
way
the
you look
fake
at Pokemon
Pokemon.
now.
Yeah, it's like that fake Pokemon drawing that had come out, remember?
Yeah, yeah, with the elephant
And I
one.
Yes. I mean, are they
Yeah.
wrong? They were probably like, shit, they found out. They're like, scratch that idea.
All right. Yeah, I don't like the Pikachu redesign. They had the chunky Pikachu. They got rid of that right away and then made the thinner Pikachu, and now it's a rounder Pikachu. I'm not happy about it. Um.
Poor Pikachu just
Yeah, I
being
know.
subjected to body shaming all the time.
Let's see. Yeah, there's videos about the wind and wave simulation. Okay, so this is a big one, a big change. Pokemon Gen 10 gyms and Titan Pokemon are mixed, with a total of 18 challenges for players to complete. So players can allegedly beat Gen 10's final boss immediately and roll credits, but all 18 challenges are required for the true ending. Boxed legendary Pokemon will be optional. So I think there's yeah. So it says 18 challenges. I read 18 gyms. Maybe just gyms are part of those challenges, but
Yeah.
it seems like there's just going to
18?
be
I mean,
more. Yeah.
excellent.
Um yeah, and Gen 10 is exclusive to Switch too. Uh so so the setting there was something I read about. I'm just trying to see here. There might be more details because there were some like other games and like projects. Okay, starters. Based on leaks, Gen 10 starter Pokemon seem to be catchable by players at the start of the game instead of being given to them by a Pokemon professor. According to the leaked documents, the starters will be in the middle of a traffic jam, and someone will ask the protagonist to catch these Pokemon to return things to normal.
So it's like a railroad track. You have three Pokemon tied up on a railroad track, and you can only catch. they're,
The other two get
they're like,
run
"What do
over.
you do?" You're like, "Kill me instead."
Uh, let's see. One of the most requested features of Pokemon games over the years has been the ability to pet all the critters. We already went over that. Um, I think they're just talking about Gen 10. I was trying to find details about the other leaks that were in this. Um, so there was some document showing conversations about like other regions and stuff, and I think one of them was they considered Canada as a region.
Why? Were there
I
igloos or
I I
something?
want to see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see this. I demand to see this.
But so I was reading. So the next Legends game, I guess, is set in Galar. So that's the Sword and Shield region, and
Excellent, my favorite.
I don't remember the reason why. People online seem to be pissed about this though.
Oh, I did like, I mean, aside from, I mean, the concept of Sword and Shield to become
Hmm.
a Pokemon master, like, was the, like, my favorite reason, because it made the most sense to be like sponsored and stuff, and then if you didn't do well, you lost your sponsorship. Because, there was always that one fucking rival who lost, and you were like, why are you still trying this? You clearly suck. Give up
Yeah,
your dream, Ash. You're never gonna be a Pokemon master. But
there's other stuff like they're showing like the roadmap of yeah. I wish I could find everything because they're showing a roadmap of like the games that they plan to release and
mhm.
when they're planning to have stuff done. Um, there's also uh the I think people are upset about the Galar thing because um people want a remake of uh Gold and Silver or Black and White because that's the logical like next games to be remade, and they're like we're going back to Sword and Shield. We just had Sword and Shield. But I think
True,
people are
true.
people are forgetting it's a Legends game. They're like an alternate take on a region. It's not like the core game, right? So I think
Yeah, like
like
Arceus,
eventually,
right?
yeah, like Arceus and ZA. So
Yeah,
I think like we might get those eventually, just not anytime soon, based on the leaks and the projected roadmap. Um,
yeah.
so yeah, those are. I know there was a lot more stuff, but don't have um I don't have a good source of the summary of them because there was a lot that got leaked. But oh yeah, there's a
Yeah.
leak of Starmie. I'm not going to show the actual Pokemon because that might get us that might get
No,
us
no, no. No, 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 no.
taken down.
Just the penis models, that's it. That's
Just
it.
the penis models, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh yeah, I don't know anything else you want to say about the leaks. I'm scrolling through. Central Leaks is leaking all this stuff, so that's why I'm scrolling through stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like we'll find out more, and then when
Mhm.
the actual like trailer of the Pokemon games comes out, everything will be verified. Um, but yeah, because I did like again, I don't ever really look into these things
Yeah,
as much as I'm like gaming news, but it's like when it's yeah, when it is leaks, I'm just kind of like I I kind of take it with a grain of salt because like there's always a chance that it will be different or if it's not true and then all that jazz. I've just there's a lot of fake news out there. There's also, you know, like I don't know, just different takes on it. So that's why I was like, yeah, let's talk about it and like see and then get our sources and everything. But I mean, if all this is true, I'm a little bit excited for the game.
I just don't know how they're gonna pull
As-
it off because like everything sounds very ambitious.
yeah, I mean maybe, but the and like, but do we know the budget
No, and I
of
don't
what they're
think we're
putting
I
into
don't
it?
think we're gonna know, but I'm gonna assume and hope it's bigger. It's like-
Yeah, because like that was like because again that was the topic was like yeah, like why don't they put more money into it? It's like well, maybe this is the one that they actually do put more money
yeah.
into. Um, and then but again there's like because that's the thing. It's like to me when it comes to a business scheme of things, you want to gain as much profit as you can, like the gross margin of it. So yeah, you want to keep the cost down and then get the most and make the most money from it. But then when you're making so much money, it's
Yeah.
like why not just put some into the game? Because if it's good, you could probably make even more money,
Well,
right?
I can tell you right now, they are definitely nickel and diming us for as much money as possible. Because one thing I wanted to bring up on the new Legend ZA, the last or the last Nintendo Direct, they announced before the game's even out, which I think it's out today, tomorrow. It's out this week. But a while ago they had a Nintendo Direct, and they announced before the game's out, there's paid DLC, and
What?
for us, so speaking Canadian dollars, right? The game is $100. The DLC is $40. The $140 game to get everything. And so the game's not even out yet. And really what they showed, it was just a teaser showing like, hey, two different forms of Raichu.
Take shut up and take my money. Shut up and take my money.
I'm like, why is this not in
What?
the why is this not in the main game? Why am I paying $40 for Raichu for a game that's not
It's
even out yet?
it's like the Simpsons episode where what was it Mr. Burns where he it's like the nuclear power plant and he goes and he puts a racing stripe on it
Yeah.
and he's like you know but it's different and it's gonna cost you more money and people are like like they're like check out this new Raichu. They're like hold up. How much are we spending? They're like, but I know
Yeah.
it's a little bit more than what we're used to, but check out new
That's right.
Raichu.
Yeah.
He's way cooler, don't you think? Yes. Is that a
Listen,
yes?
I
Perfect.
I love Raichu. Feel like
Me
Raichu
too.
gets a lot of hate because it's not Pikachu. I feel like Raichu deserves more love, and it's cool that he's getting two different forms. But this to me is a little bit of egregious because I was on the fence about getting ZA, and apparently the
I'm
reviews
not
are
getting
really
this
good.
game.
So,
Not
but
getting Zaw.
yeah, yeah.
Pokemon Zaw.
I was on the fence. Everybody seems to be like saying good things about it. I'm like, maybe I get it. And then Nintendo announced this. I'm like, maybe I don't get it. So this like completely changed my mind. And now
Yeah.
I don't want to get the game because it's like that's ridiculous. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm gonna throw some rapid fire.
Rude.
I know. I'm sorry. I'll throw some rapid fire topics here that you can say
Okay.
skip. Don't care about them. And I want to end on like one big thing.
Okay.
Uh, so there's one. Nintendo is quote acting to protect the industry with the Switch 2 game key cards. Says ex Capcom composer. I forget what's in this article and why I bookmarked it, but I'm kind of interested to see what it remind myself what it is.
I'm interested. No, I'm interested too. I'm just like, wait, how? Tell me what?
Okay.
Tell me how.
We'll
What do you
we'll
mean?
pin it and we might go back to it. New
Yeah.
details about the canceled Perfect Dark reboot have surfaced. I put this in here, but I really don't think there's any point of
No.
rehashing a dead project. So
No.
okay.
Skip. Brr.
Introducing the all new Amazon Luna, an era of gaming for everyone. Where it's not in the title, but there's a new game that they're promoting with this new change for Luna that features an AI Snoop Dogg.
Oh no.
Courtroom Chaos featuring Snoop Dogg. That's what the game is.
No.
Okay, so
This is the future, everyone.
we're not gonna bring that up. I'm just bringing it up. Okay, I think it
Yeah,
might
yeah.
be interesting for us, not the AI Snoop Dogg. It'll be interesting to us because the focus here is a push for party games like the Jackbox games that we can do like cloud couch streaming. So it'd be like
Okay.
like playing party games for our game nights. So
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay.
yeah. Um.
Snoop Dogg. But we have to. I. We have to drink his champagne,
I don't want to support
which
anything
actually is
that Snoop
pretty
Dogg
good.
doing right now. So
Oh no.
no,
Is he not
he's
doing the cooking show with Martha Stewart anymore? Or no, is that old
he's
news?
doing a lot more MAGA stuff right now, so
Oh
I don't I
no.
don't want
Okay.
to be doing anything with
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg. Ubisoft and Tencent form new subsidiary Vantage Studios to lead development for the Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six franchises. And I think one of the Assassin's Creed leads has stepped down, like he quit the company after this change. Um,
Okay.
so you want pin it or skip it?
Pin it or we'll skip it. Yeah.
Got it. Oh, actually, the big topic I was going to talk about, I forgot. This is bigger. We're going to talk about this
Okay.
instead.
Okay.
So we'll save it for next time. Um, even though I don't think we're gonna have time for it, so they'll probably skip it. There's one
Yeah.
Scoop.
No.
Ubisoft canceled a. This is the most recent one. Ubisoft
Okay.
canceled a post Civil War Assassin's Creed last year. So this was after the controversy of Shadows, where a lot of racist people were upset that there was a black lead in the game. So
Okay.
Ubisoft said, "Hey, like the development team's like, we want to make a game set post Civil War where you're a freed slave and you're going around killing KKK members." And Ubisoft's like, I don't know, people really don't seem to like the black guy in our most recent game, so maybe we don't make a game that's political and that will upset more racists. So
I mean,
not the best look.
a part of me is just like, but you're killing the bad guy. So what's the I
What's the
mean, what
problem?
makes yeah, what's the problem? When it's like, yeah, like when you're playing your little war games and you're killing the Nazis, like that's pretty much the same thing. Am I right? Am I
No,
wrong?
no, you don't want to kill.
Like,
You might upset Nazis by saying that.
oh no.
Everyone,
They're still around. Yeah, they're in the States, but
they're
they're not in
everywhere now.
Germany anymore.
They're
They're not
they're
in
they're
Germany anymore.
global.
Yeah.
No, everybody go play Wolfenstein 2 because it's
Yeah,
amazing.
right?
And it's
Do I
it's a
have
perfect
that
game to
game
play. It's a perfect game to play
right now?
right now. No, I'm kind of upset cuz I'm like that sounds cool. Like I don't know what to
Yeah.
say anymore. What do you say anymore? This is just a fucked up world we live in, you know?
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's like, what about Grand Theft Auto when and Elon Musk is like, it's
Oh
a
yeah.
bad game.
I don't
They're
think.
why
What
are they
was the
killing the
reason they
cops?
said that? Because they
It was because they were killing the cops or some shit like that, right?
right, yeah,
Yeah, and he's
sure.
like, "How
Sure.
dare? How dare?" And it's
Whatever.
like, "What, bro?" And then this is where it's like it is a video game, but then again, it's like if you swap. the roles are just the viewpoints and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're like, but then there is a right and wrong side of history.
Sure.
So there's that. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know what?
Another.
The people that are on the wrong side do know that they're on the wrong side.
Typically, yeah. Uh,
Typically, yes.
one more small one, so we can decide what small one we
Okay.
want to talk about. Halo art
Okay.
director exits with ominous message, promises to share more, quote, when it is absolutely safe.
Intrigued.
Yeah.
Color me pink.
What one you want to do? You want to do Nintendo is acting to protect the industry with Switch 2 game key cards. Do you want to do? Oh, I guess there's only two. I left two here. So, do you want to do
Yeah,
that or do you
okay.
want to do the Halo one?
Halo. Halo. I'm more intrigued by Halo than it
Okay.
is with
I
Nintendo's
don't think
Mankey
I
cards.
fully read this. I got the summary for this. So, after
Okay.
17 years, Glenn Israel leaves the franchise and hints at deeper industry concerns. This is from Samuel Tolbert at Windows Central. Um, let's try to find the quote. So, Glenn Israel, who worked as an artist on numerous games such as Halo 3 ODST, Halo 4, Destiny, Halo 5 Guardians, and Halo Infinite across Bungie and later 343 Industries, shared on LinkedIn that he was leaving the team. This is his quote. As of today, after 17 long years, I am officially no longer contributing to the Halo universe. There is little more I can say for the moment, though I intend to share this particular story in its entirety when it is absolutely safe to do so next year. In the meantime, I have a message for anyone and everyone who needs to hear it. I know that the state of our industry seems dire, but never forget that you are free to choose. No illusion of security,
Asterisk.
nor yeah, asterisk. No illusion of security nor promise of wealth or fame or power is worth trading away your health, your dignity, your ethics, or values, and no one can force you to. Stay strong, take evidence when necessary, and find where you belong.
Wow. Love that.
Yeah. Do you have any
I mean,
theories? I got two theories.
yeah, I mean, even I mean, like, not that's their theories, but to me, I'm like, it just like maybe he's gonna go off and make his own like indie company that like like I was like talking about this the other day and with like how the gaming industry is in a really interesting um time, I
Mm-hmm.
guess, where there is these big conglomerate companies. And but again, it's all about making money, putting out as much as you can to gain profit and stuff. But there is and I feel like it's still kind of within the shadows, these like indie companies that are slowly becoming more and more and more
Yeah, because they keep getting
like up
fired,
there.
so they have to make their own
Yeah,
studios. Yeah,
yeah, like when I read Play Nice, a lot of those people that left the company ended up breaking off and making their own company.
good.
And it's if enough of these indie companies create and like an example would be Hollow Knight, you know?
Or Claire
How many like
Obscure.
it's Claire Obscure, yeah, like these small companies, these small indie companies that are making these fantastically great games that still make a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
and don't sell to the big companies because one of the things we discussed was that when these little like companies that are all for the players and they like don't worry guys, like we'll never sell out, and then they get bought out by a really big company and they're like don't worry guys, we made an agreement that we're still going to take
Yeah,
the players like into accountability, we're still going to listen to the players, we're still going to maintain our
double
culture.
Double Fine is like that, where
Yeah.
they were on stage with Microsoft telling them, "Hey, nothing's going to change." Like they were on the E3 stage saying, "We acquired Double Fine, nothing is going to change. You just make great games. We'll put them on Xbox." That's pretty much what they said. Then there's that documentary that came out when the whole like backlash started with like Xbox leadership changes, where Matt
What
Booty went.
documentary is this?
I'll try to remember the name of it and I'll send it
Okay,
to you.
send it to me because I love watching those.
I I just saw a clip of it where Matt Booty went to the offices of Double Fine. He's like, one thing was like, surprise here is like people talking about how like you, when you're creating projects on your own, like you guys want to own them or whatever, and like if anything that gets declined, like you're the way that Double Fine worked was like, hey, you're able to pitch whatever game you want. If we say no, you can bring that anywhere or do whatever you want with it. And Microsoft, as after acquiring them, said, yeah, that's going to change. You can't pitch gaming, like you can't work on any other gaming thing if it's not for Xbox. And if we say no, we still own the idea. So it's like kind of like their whole, like that's a core part of their identity, Double Fine. So like just
We're
having
like
that
double
change, you could see like every when he was talking about that, they like cut the camera to like different developers, and you could see like they were not happy about that.
Yeah.
So
But that's the thing whenever they get acquired and like they're like everything's gonna this is how it's gonna benefit us, this is how it's gonna be great. It always starts that way.
hmm
And then the minute cuts start to happen, it's the
yeah,
same thing over and over. And but I feel that these indie companies that are able to like because the thing with gaming is that like people like there is enough there's so many gamers out there that also really want to support indie companies
yeah.
and indie developers and stuff like that, where it's almost self-sustainable at this point, and indie companies just have to realize that and know that they don't have to sell to big
I,
companies. They can continue to
but
make
at the same
like
time, like this year, I've seen so many indie developers say, "Hey, we could not get the funding. Like we cannot make this project happen." And we're they also went through layoffs. Their Kickstarter failed. Like pretty like notable games that like people were looking forward to, but it's like not there was not enough interest there. So it's kind of like it does kind of go both ways. There's like there could be that really huge swell of support that just you don't need a publisher. And then
yep,
there can be that other thing where it's like no publishers biting. We're not getting enough support like as an independent studio. So it's still a risk. I don't think
yeah,
it's entirely self-sustaining, but
yeah. I feel like it like but now like there is almost like this more not like demand but like a rise of it
yeah.
of more and more like these little like companies coming out where they can just I don't know do something great with that. So and so part of me with this guy's statement, I feel like he maybe sees that in
I think
I don't
yeah,
know.
that can be a possibility.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
usually when I see statements like this, I'm thinking about today. What would that be? Like they're trying to force something on him that he doesn't want to do. And my whole thing is like one of the Xbox stories that I cut was that they're like Microsoft in general across the board, no matter what like side of the company, they're forcing everybody because the shareholders want this. They're forcing everybody to use a portion of their work. Every day they have to use a specific portion of their work with AI, and this is an art director who probably does not want to use AI in his job.
Um,
Um, so that's where my mind goes. The other thing is the opposite way. It's usually like when I see a statement like this, they're probably a problematic individual. Like I'm not saying that he is. I'm saying like it
maybe.
could be the other way because I've seen it go the other way. They might be a
Yeah.
problematic individual. They don't like certain politics and they're very passionate about something even if it's not a good thing, and they're stuck with their morals and think it's a
Maybe,
better
yeah.
idea to leave the company than be like, I don't want to work in an environment that goes against my political beliefs. So I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I'm not saying it's one of those two things. It's just where my mind goes. It could be like
Yeah.
a good or bad thing. I don't
Yeah.
know. There's one big thing in news that I completely forgot about, but it was the big. I mean, that was the whole introduction I had. Xbox Game Pass changed, and people
Yes.
are upset, and they're canceling their subscription. And I downgraded my subscription. I didn't cancel.
I mean, yes. And I notice your free games videos have had to change now a little bit based on that.
Not really. Not really. So I make games. I make videos every week talking about free games you can play or games from subscriptions you already have. Um, and there's always a game you can play for free every weekend. I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
If you want to like
always.
spend no money, you can play a game. Like you can add a game to your library and play it, or there might be something that's just free you can play. So if you want to use that as a resource, go look
You
at
should
free
do that
video
as like a
games.
stream. Like just like the when you right after you make the video, then like the next day you're like pick one of the free games and then play it for a few
Yeah, I've been
hours.
considering doing that. The thing is, I don't always want to play those games, and I'm usually hooked on some other game that I'm playing. So,
Okay.
and I don't want to. I'm not like I actually wanted to do that, but it's just like the limited time I have. Maybe I'm hooked on Donkey Kong, and I want to keep playing Donkey Kong. So,
Yeah. You're like, I don't wanna play
yeah,
that's like yeah, I mean, I just wanna play Final Fantasy, and everyone's like, "You should play this game." I'm like or like Claire Obscure, I'm like, "I know it's a great game.
yeah.
I know it'll be great, but, like, I'm on, like, a Final Fantasy kick right now."
This
And,
is a blurry image. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna pull up. Oh, man, what did I do? I'm not gonna pull up the Xbox because I don't want to search for it. But basically, what's changed is, Xbox had three tiers to their subscription. There was Core, which had like online play, and there's like a list of some games that you can play. Then there's the Game Pass Standard, which had like the most games you can play. I think it didn't have online, but they changed that a little bit more recently. I can't remember because I just always had Ultimate because Ultimate gives you those two tiers plus EA
mhm,
Play plus a bunch of other stuff. Um, Mostly though, the reason why I had Ultimate was because I play on console, I play on PC, and sometimes I want to stream games on the cloud, on like a mobile device or something.
yeah.
That convenience is really what kept me with Ultimate. They changed things around for every tier. Most of the tiers increase in price, including the PC Game Pass. So that increase in price, and I'm not really too sure they added anything to PC Game Pass. So I think it's
When
just
was
more
the last
expensive.
time when was the last time they increased prices or they changed the pricing?
I don't think it was that long ago. That's why this is like the second time in a short period of time.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, where they're like yeah, because I remember yeah, I think it was within 5 years,
Hmm.
5 or maybe 6, 'cause I believe there was a time when I was at GameStop that when they introduced the different tier system and then kind of increased the price and
Yeah, because there was
they're like
just
that
one
this is
Game
gonna be this
Pass, and then they changed everything
and then
to Game
Ultimate.
Pass.
There
Yeah.
was like you can get Game Pass, but then you can also get Ultimate and it does and like yeah, and
Yeah.
then that's when the increase kind of happened and now and then okay. Anyways,
S-
carry
So
on.
the big thing is that Ultimate changed in price. I think it's a 50% increase in price. Um, and they added a bunch of stuff to it, but people are like, we don't want this stuff. So the stuff that they add is actually one big thing that they took away from the standard Game Pass that a lot of people stayed subscribed for was you get day one release games. Um,
Yeah.
Now you don't get that in the standard tier, which is now called premium. You can only get that in the ultimate tier, and I think it doesn't include Call of Duty games, which is the big
Oh,
game that
what?
people wanted. I know, and it's kind of like against what they said in the court cases. So
Yeah.
it's really shitty, and I feel like may could lead to a lawsuit. But yeah, so the ultimate tier that everybody's up in arms about, the changes are so they're saying 400 plus games available on PC, console, and cloud. It's now $30 US a month. 75 plus day one games a year. It's Microsoft or like the Xbox published ones. It's just like how many people are getting Xbox games, you know. But they're also on top of EA Play, they're adding Ubisoft Plus Classics. Don't know who really wants that, but okay. Unlimited cloud gaming at our best quality with the shortest wait times. They're doing this for the Xbox handheld. That's the reason why they're making all of these changes is for the handheld. They want to make sure that more people are able to jump in and play games on the Ally as best as possible. That's 100%. When they made this announcement, I'm like, oh, this is for the Xbox Ally. Um, Now, they're also introducing in-game benefits included for Riot Games. Actually, no, they had that. Never mind. That was already a perk. Online console multiplayer. That was also a perk before. And then play and earn up to $100 a year in the store with rewards. One thing I don't see on here was a new thing is, oh, here it is. Fortnite Crew coming in November. So on top of EA Play, Ubisoft Plus Classics, you also get the Fortnite Crew subscription. So I know that a lot of people who already have the Fortnite Crew subscription, they were looking at this price and saying like, oh, this is actually better. So I'm just gonna go with
Yeah.
Game Pass Ultimate because I get all that stuff, whatever. But most people who looked at this change that had Ultimate are canceling their subscription because they're like, I don't want to pay that much money, and none of this stuff is really beneficial to me.
Yeah.
Um, my thing was, I wanted that convenience. They've added that convenience to all the other tiers, so I don't need Ultimate anymore. The only
Yeah.
thing I'll miss with Ultimate is day one release games. I'm usually going through my backlog. I don't have time to just start a new game. So
Yeah.
I'm not
I
always
think that
doing that.
yeah, that's well, because like Ultimate's the only one that you get the day one. Which
Yeah.
like to me, like I'm the same way where or at least for myself, I don't usually play games on the
Hmm.
first day that they're really because I work. So
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Exactly. Yeah.
you know, I'm working and then there's always like be like, "Oh, this game came out." I'm like, "I have plans and I'm doing all this stuff." So
Yeah.
I can never be on time when it comes to day one games. I think the only time that I was Final Fantasy Tactics where I'm like, "I'm streaming today and the game is out today." I'm
Hmm.
like, "I need to buy it right now."
Yeah.
Um,
So I think
but like
premium.
usually I'm
Yeah.
never day one.
Yeah. Same. I played a couple. I played Senwa's Saga Hellblade 2. That's what I played when it like launched. But that's pretty much it. But for premium, I don't think the price has changed. So the console premium and essential plans, I think the prices stayed the same for those. I downgraded, so all I know is I'm paying less money. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
with
yeah.
that,
No, it's a bit yeah.
yeah, it's actually been. I'm like, cool. I like this because I get what I want still, and I'm paying less. Because I still have the cloud gaming and I still have the PC gaming. They added that to premium. I don't play the games day one, but new Xbox published games, you get you get them within a year of launch. So that seems a little crazy to me. Like, why 1 year? That's really
Yeah.
long. It is within 1 year, so they could do it before the 1 year mark, which I don't think they're going to. They want you to pay for that ultimate. But
Mhm.
um yeah, so all I know is like, okay, that game in a year I can play the game if I
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
wanted to.
Yeah.
You also get for the cloud streaming, unlimited cloud gaming with shorter wait times. So you're not getting the best quality and you're not getting the fastest wait times. But if you want a Game Pass subscription for the Xbox Ally, you do have that. So
Okay.
also PC games for the because that's how you play. So the streaming is for the console games, but the PC games because it's a PC handheld, you get the PC Game Pass on any of these tiers. Or you don't get PC Game Pass, but you get PC games available on all of these tiers. So you have
Yeah.
something to play on your ally when you get it. That's the big thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can understand why people are upset. I think I'm a
Yes.
little shocked that people are straight up canceling their Game Pass instead of
Mhm.
downgrading like I did. But
Yeah. I feel like it's more of like the principle, you
I
know?
think it is,
It's
yeah.
yeah, they're like, "I'm just gonna cancel because fuck that." Make 'cause everyone does that. Everyone does that. Whenever there's a price increase with like a subscription, instead of them just like, "Oh, well, maybe I just am better off with a different plan," they just out of spite just cancel.
The sentiment I seen where a lot of people got it specifically for the day one releases, and now they're looking at the
Yeah.
price, which
And it's
is it's going to be was it $30 a month? So it's going to be $360 a year American.
yeah,
Um,
and depending on like how many games that you're playing and how many
yeah,
games are released to justify that
yeah,
price.
because they're
And
like,
and
I
this
know
is
a lot of people are like, I know the cost of games are going up in general, but it's still cheaper for me to buy the few games I play rather than pay for Game Pass. So
Well,
yeah,
that's like what, 3.5 games technically?
yeah, with the prices
Yeah, so
now,
that
yeah,
yeah, so technically, yeah, if you are the type that you're an avid gamer and you are getting these games on day one releases and then you're playing through them and then putting in the hours and then next month it's like onto a new game, then the ultimate is kind of for the ultimate gamer, I guess. So, but again, it's like like I always think of like what games even come out for Xbox anyway.
I think I'm more surprised that so many people already had Ultimate because I figured the middle tier was like the main one that people went to, and then the Ultimate was like the extravagant one that like people who were willing to pay more just got extra stuff for.
Yeah.
So I'm just surprised so many people had Ultimate and so many people are canceling Ultimate rather than downgrading the premium. But
Yeah.
that's just me. But yeah, that was the big thing in the news, like the big gaming news thing that happened.
All right.
The topic I was
Well, it
gonna
is
bring
getting
up,
late.
yeah, no,
What? What
we're
was
gonna
it?
end the
You
podcast.
said this 3 topics ago.
We're ending the podcast, but the topic I was gonna bring up that I don't think we're gonna have time to fit in anywhere was I was gonna look at the biggest games this year and try to figure out
Oh,
what games are gonna be nominated for Game of the Year. But I think by the time we do the next podcast, we're probably gonna know what
it'll
those games are.
it'll yeah, yeah, we'll be voting.
We'll be voting.
We'll be writing them down. I'll be finally finishing my little notebook. Where is
Yeah.
it? It's somewhere, but maybe I'll finally finish my
Notebook of
notebook of
games to play.
all the yeah, well, just of all games that were coming out that we thought would win. Like every reaction that we did, I wrote it down in this one notebook.
Got it.
So like I like so it's actually kind of cool to like go back and
We
just
did a podcast like predicting, but I think it was me and Lumi predicting what was going to be the game of the year this year, and I'm pretty sure we said GTA 6, which is not being released because it got delayed.
I know.
So yeah, I guess by next
Yeah.
podcast. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This dates back to 2021. The
Wow.
very first page was Guerrilla Collective. And the games that were
Which we
coming
don't do
out
anymore.
was I don't even know. Part of me is like, what are these games?
Well, we have the clips of um I'm trying to remember the name. We the Kraken Academy game, I think, was part of that. Maybe it might have been a
Uh,
different showcase.
that might have been the year after.
Maybe,
There's
yeah.
like Trifox, Ruby, Fire Girl, Legend of something, Chernobyl Light. I think I kind of wrote down the ones. Oh yeah, yeah. Kraken Academy was on that. Look
There
at
you
it.
go.
Oh, right there, right there. Yeah,
I know that
where
game
I was
was on
like,
Game Pass for a bit, but
yeah. But this dates back and all the way up to, and I think I only have like 3 pages left.
oh wow, you
Oh,
gotta replace
yeah,
it soon.
yeah. Full of games. My toast book full of games.
Anyway, let us know your thoughts on any of the major topics talked about. Stop killing games, the Game Pass subscription changes. What was the other one? Big one? Whatever.
Pokemon.
The Pokemon leaks. Let us know in the comments down below. And we'll see you
Pokemon.
discussing Game of the Year next time.